Okay, hello guys. So let's proceed to our topic for today. So today our topic is all about loop structure. So in our previous videos, we discussed about the control structure, the if and the while statements. But today we are talking about the loop structure. So what is loop? So there are several looping structures in Java. And the use of loops is to execute a block of codes or block of code as long as a specified condition is reached. So example, if the statement is always true, just loop and loop. Okay, and it will end if the statement is false. Or there are looping structures that will loop until a certain period of time. Like example, I will loop this code for at least 5 executions. So it will loop until 5 and it will end in until 5 statements. So today we will uh, discuss about while and do while. So I will explain it to you, the code behind the while statement. So I just created a Java file, and we will now discuss about while loop. So while loop loops through a block of code as long as a specified condition is true. Okay, so the syntax of while loop is while and then the open statement and then close. I always put this statement at the end of any control structure, and while. So okay, so while will loops until a certain condition will be false. Okay, so here it should be true statement. Okay, and then it will execute whatever inside of this coding block here inside of this one. As long as it's true, it will execute inside of this statement. Okay, so let's try like I will put int day or int I equals to 0, and then I will put the value of I here. If I is less than 5, if that statement is true, it will execute here. It will print the value of like I. Okay, and then it will display, and we will add another statement like every loop it will increase 1 for the I. If you remember, this is the unary operator, and it will add 1. So this is same with the statement of I is equal to I plus 1. If you remember in our previous discussion about unary operators, this is post increment. No? You call the variable first and then you add 1. Okay, so post increment. So this statement will loop until such time that the I value will be greater than 5 or equal to 5. Okay, so let's try to run. See, so at first it will display the I because the first value of I is 0. It will added 1 and loop back, so it will become 1. 1 still less than 5, so it will print 1, and it will become 2, 3, and 4. When times that it will become 5, so 5 is less than 5, false, so it will not execute the value of 5 here. So that's why it's just 4. Okay, so that's the while statement. Okay, let's proceed to the do while. In the statement of do while, Do while is a variant of the while loop. This loop will execute the code block once before checking if the condition is true. Then it will repeat the loop as long as the condition is true. So yeah, it's different from the while loop. So at certain point, do while will execute once. So there's always one statement to be executed in the do while it has the possibility that it will not display anything. Okay, so let's try to comment this code for our while, because we will writing the do while. So for the format of do while is like this: do, so and then while statement here. For your inside of this one is your condition. Okay, so let's try to do it. Int I equals to 0, and then I will display it here, the value of I. I will display the value of I, and then I will increment it by 1 while I is less than 5. Okay, so the output of this one is almost same with the output of the while loop. Okay, let's try to run also the while loop. So let's add like cout here for like separating the two codes. Okay, so when you run the program, let's declare another variable here, because the upper part it's already executed. So let's try the value of 0. So instead of I, but they have the same value, let's put y variable. Okay, because it's already added inside of the statement. Okay, so run the program. So it will display same. What will happen if I will change this one into 5? Okay, what will happen if I will change this one into 5? In the while loop, nothing will display. Why? Because 5 less than 5, it's false, right? So it will not display this statement. While on the other hand, in the do while loop, it will display first the value of y, increment it, and then condition. So it means it will display first before the certain condition. So while will not execute anything, or it will not display anything, while do while it will display something first once. Okay, so run the program. As you can see, there's no display on the while, but there's a display on the do while statement. So that's the difference between the do while and the while statement. So that's all for this video. It's very short and very informative, and please subscribe the channel and click the bell notification so that you will be notified every now and then that we'll upload a video about programming. Okay, that's all for today.